So at number 10, we have the Shredder from the 1980s/90s Ninja Turtles movies. I mean, you couldn't be a badass and not have a helmet that cool.
I've only got one thought. This guy knows where Splinter is.
I loved the original Ninja Turtles movies. Yeah, I guess they were a little corny at times, but Shredder just made such a good bad guy. And to see him in live action, oh, amazing. James Sido was perfect for the part. He just did really well. And the first time you saw him on screen in the full gear, it was just scary. And even like the way they did it with him being like kind of mysterious and being related to Splinter was just perfect. They did such a good job. I love it so much better than the new movies. So much better. This Shredder, he's not mechanical. He's a badass. At number 9, we have Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe Retaliation, Ray Park. Not to get confused with the other Snake Eyes movie that was out. Ray Park was the better Snake Eyes, let's face it. Yeah, the Snake Eyes costume wasn't the greatest in the first movie. They did better in the second one. But Ray Park nailed it. He nailed the part. Snake Eyes is a ninja/commando. I think his suit was definitely better in the second one, but he played a great Snake Eyes in either movie. He was just good. Snake Eyes is silent, and that's what I liked about the two first movies. They kept him as silent. And the fight scenes with Storm Shadow, although the new Snake Eyes movie was just as good with the fight scenes, this one was classic. So Ray Park killed it. At number 8, we have Storm Shadow from the Snake Eyes movie, portrayed by Andrew Koji, who also played Alsam in the Cinemax show Warrior, and he did Storm Shadow perfectly. My favorite part about Snake Eyes, the movie, was his version of Storm Shadow, because Storm Shadow ends up being kind of the good guy, and you actually felt sympathetic for him. So I think he did a great job at the character. The best part of Snake Eyes, the movie, was Andrew Koji. He was awesome at Storm Shadow, and you just had to feel sympathetic and you had to feel good to see that version of him. I want to say he kind of stole the movie. The movie itself wasn't the greatest, but he was the best part of the movie, and his portrayal of Storm Shadow was top notch. I really, really dug it, and I actually felt sad for him at the end. At number 7, we have the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s/90s. How do you have a ninja video and not have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, you just have to have them.
Whoa! Primo workout, dudes!
Yeah,
Wow!
we showed those guys, huh?
Moly, Primo bros!
Turtle Rebecca!
Max Mundo!
Acapella!
Back in the 80s, everybody was into Ninja Turtles. I mean, ninjas were the thing. So if you didn't like the Ninja Turtles, then there had to be something wrong with you.
This place has everything.
Yep, just about.
It was the craze in the 80s and 90s, but when the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies came out, it was just freaking cool to see them up in live action, and the costumes were so freaking good. And everybody had a favorite. You know, my favorite was Leonardo and Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello. Oh, hell, I guess I like them all. What can you say? At number 6, we're going to have a controversial pick here. Raizo from Ninja Assassin. I like this movie for many, many, many reasons. I liked this movie because I felt that It brought back ninjas, and that was the big thing. And it brought back somebody very important. But we'll get to that at some due time. So a lot of the issue with this movie was the over-the-topness and the fact that Rain, who is a pop singer, was cast in the main role. I mean, in all honesty, he did a pretty damn good job. He's definitely become one of my favorites. What's crazy is I took my ex-wife to see this movie. Talk about crazy first date. Don't try that, people. At number 5, we're getting into the good stuff. Brayden from Revenge of the Ninja, who's played by Arthur Roberts. If you remember Brayden, you're always going to remember the silver mask. That is what stood out the most. Brayden was just horrifying. I mean, look at that mask. If you saw that guy in the street, you would just be like, what the hell? And he shoots fire out. It's just disturbing. I never wanted a guy to die as much as I wanted this guy to die. Like, he is the antagonist for Shokasugi in this movie, and he is like his friend who he trusted and brought him to America, and he just used him to sell drugs. It was crazy. And the mask I wanted him to die. I really, really did. At number 4, we have everybody's favorite American Joe, the American Ninja. He was played by Michael Dudikoff, and he was just good. He's everybody's favorite soldier. All through this movie, you just wait for Joe to put on the ninja costume, and when he finally does, it's like, oh shit, it's on. Such a good movie. Still one of my favorite ninjas.
Let her go.
Letting her go wasn't part of the deal. Kill him!
So I remember that my dad was a very big military guy. He was in Vietnam. So seeing a ninja in a military suit was really cool, especially since they were in like Vietnam fatigues. And the end of this, where they're fighting and he's got the ninja suit, Joe, I remember that's when I got my ninja magazine and I had to order my own ninja suit. And we used to play in the grounds, the woods as ninjas. Crazy. At number 3, we have Akira Sato in Pray for Death, with the cool mask with Chinese star on the top, played by none other than the Hollywood Ninja himself, Shokasugi. I mean, what can you say with a guy who's got a ninja helmet with a star on it? I mean, that could be pretty badass. I mean, you got the star in case you lose anything else. It's always there. I mean, Shokasugi is just a legend. Without him, there would be no ninja. He brought it to life. And Pray for Death wasn't the best of movies, but he was good in that too. And I did love the helmet. There was a lot of toys that came out later on with helmets very similar. Now we come into one of my favorites, Cole, in Enter the Ninja. He was played by Franco Nero. And this suit just opened up different color ninja suits, which was awesome.
Shit. What's this jazz?
I don't know, brother.
At the time, I never realized that Shokasugi was the evil ninja in this. But Cole, he was the man. He was the ninja dressed in the white karate outfit. And he was just so different because they told him he couldn't be a ninja. The end fight scene, Hasegawa versus Cole, is just freaking awesome. I can still remember the fight from this day. It was just so freaking cool. Just such a good movie. And, you know, Cole, it was different to see, you know, I mean, we got to see the American Ninja, but this was kind of like a tie, like where they were trying to show you that the Americans could also partake in ninjutsu. It was cool. And for my number one ninja, it's Cho from Revenge of the Ninja, Sho Kasugi. This is why I was so quiet about it. He is my all-time favorite. Sho Kasugi created the ninja in the 80s. It was him that made it what it is now. We wouldn't have Power Rangers without him. Sorry to say this, but without Sho Kasugi, there would be no Power Rangers. And when Sho Kasugi was doing the ninja signs, oh my gosh, my brother and I, we would do that in the backyard forever. And this scene here, with him being dragged across the van and his knees getting ripped up, that was crazy. Still, I'll never forget it. By far, he is the number one ninja. I think you wouldn't be where we're at without him. And that's my list.